Today, I will be talking to you guys about my 9D breathwork experience and beyond. And the way that breathwork really works is it shuts off your brain so that you can access your subconscious mind and then reprogram your subconscious mind. So I started breathing, and honestly, I was able to tap in really quickly. Oh Lord, it feels so good to scream. I was not expecting that. It was not on my radar at all. I don't even know how to explain it. I've never experienced it before. The whole entire time, you can just feel your life force energy. Like it's like a heartbeat through your body. I was like, maybe I'm gonna have my kundalini awakening right now. This whole area was lit up. It was just like holy moly energetic. There was energy moving. I'm like low-key kind of scared because the first time it hurt so bad. I let out the loudest, blood-curdling, piercing scream that I can. Hello and welcome to the Authentically Human podcast. This is a space for honest conversations, alignment, and what it means to intentionally create the life of your dreams. I'm your host, Adrienne Lee. Now let's hop into today's episode. Hello birdie. And hello to you guys. Hi, welcome to the Authentically Human podcast. My name is Adrienne. I'm your host. And today I will be talking to you guys about my 9D breathwork experience and beyond. So, breathwork, as it was explained to me yesterday in this ceremony, which I've done breathwork a handful of times, probably 15, 20 times, 3 times in ceremony, and then the rest just at home, utilizing lovely YouTube. Which, if you guys are watching on YouTube and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe. And if you are listening on Spotify, if you could go ahead and rate this podcast 5 stars, I would really appreciate that. Breathwork, as it was explained to me, is the bridge between plant medicine and therapy. So it's a healing modality that, when done right, releases DMT in your brain. And oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. If you guys have ever done ayahuasca, mushrooms, DMT, any of the healing plant medicines, then breathwork, you may be able to tune into those energies quicker utilizing breath work. Sometimes if you haven't journeyed with plant medicine, it is a little harder to get to the level, but I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying that with the plant medicine energy inside of you, there's definitely, I don't know, there's just like a little lock that you have to switch, and you can switch that with your breath, and boy oh boy do you go on a journey. So I'm here today to talk to you about my journey, and I'm very excited because in the next few weeks slash maybe next month, I will be having my breathwork facilitator on the podcast with us to share her story and how she got to where she is. So I'm really excited to have her on. Without further ado, I would like to speak to you about my 9D breathwork experience and beyond. So it's called 9D breathwork because there is 9 layers, 9 dimensions. So there's they utilize NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, which salesmen use. People who speak on stages, they use NLP, and it is a way to persuade you. So they use it within the breathwork ceremonies to persuade you to believe better for yourself, believe more in yourself. So there's that layer. There's bilateral music. So the music is so cool. It like waves from one side to the next, and it feels like there's like an orchestra like behind you, like going back and forth. It's really cool. And then they of course use the breath. And then, I mean, there's 9 layers. There's 432 hertz, which is the frequency of Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, Mother Nature. So they utilize that. And then, yeah, your breath. So I'm not going to walk you guys through the breath because I am not an expert on it. But you do learn a certain breathing technique. And then the ceremony that I was part of yesterday was an hour and a half long. So it was quite a long time to be breathing in that way. And I'm not going to lie, I took so many breaks because it does get super intense. But what happens is you're intaking so much oxygen, and when you intake oxygen, you then convert it to CO2 and you release it, but you're not releasing as much as you're intaking. So you can like have tetany in the hands, which is like little pincher fingers with your hands. So that happens a lot. Sometimes your feet will get really cold. I get cold kind of like all throughout my body gets really cold. And I'm just going to hop right into my experience because I think it'll make more sense that way, just like walking you through what actually happened. So we go the ceremony that I was part of, we did about 15 minutes of meditation to begin with. So it was a guided meditation. It was beautiful, whimsical, mystical, magical. I loved every moment of it, and it just really gets you into a really deeply relaxed state so that your body is a little bit more relaxed, more receptive to what's about to happen. And the way that breath work really works is it shuts off your brain so that you can access your subconscious mind and then reprogram your subconscious mind. So, highly recommend if you're struggling with any anxiety, mood disorders, depression. Obviously, talk to your doctor, and then look into breathwork and see if there's a 9D facilitator near you. I do happen to think that we in DFW have the best breathwork facilitator. So I'm excited to have her on so that you guys can hear firsthand from her all of her knowledge. Okay, so we did the 15 minutes of meditation and then the breath starts. So the way that this ceremony worked was we had headphones on, which I think enhanced the experience because I wasn't worried about what my neighbor was breathing like. I wasn't worried about like who was walking around because I had an eye mask. There's like obviously breathwork facilitators there to help guide you if you have kind of a heightened experience. So I wasn't worried about anything besides little old me. So I started breathing, and honestly, I was able to tap in really quickly. And the first thing that I noticed was my fingers were getting tingly and my toes were getting tingly, and then the tetany started. So, this is like how your hands go. And I had my hands on my belly and on my chest, like this. And then I put them to my side, just like in a shavasana pose. And you breathe like that in the breath that they teach you for about 45 minutes. So I was feeling it on my fingers, my toes, and then it was working its way up into my arms and into my legs. And I started to notice tenseness in my hips right in here. And if you are a woman, then you know that we carry trauma in our hips. I guess everybody carries trauma in their hips, but women especially, you know? So I was laying with my legs straight down like this, and you're laying down. And then I just went into like a butterfly position like this. And that felt really good because like my legs here, my thighs, and then my hips were so tight and tense. Like it felt like a really good stretch. So I was really focused on that. And then the way that the facilitator was explaining it was we were like building up. And then if you've ever done a breathwork ceremony, sometimes you let out a large scream of release and sometimes you don't. But in this particular one, there was two release opportunities. And the first time we were like building up, building up, building up, and my whole body, I was feeling it all in my whole body, especially in my root chakra and in my sacral chakra. I was just feeling super online. Like I could like feel those chakras like buzzing and tingling. And I was like trying to get them to come up to all of the chakras so that they were all, I was like, maybe I'm gonna have my Kundalini awakening right now. But um it was just really focused in this root chakra area, the sacral chakra, just the womb area. And then we got to the first release, and oh Lord, it feels so good to scream. So I started screaming, as did everyone else. And typically, when I release, it feels very much like I'm letting go something in my chest, something like the tenseness in my shoulders gets released, or even the throat chakra gets opened. Not this time, definitely not this time. This time, my womb space, as soon as I opened my mouth, my womb like clamped up. It felt like so tight and so painful, and it felt like I was releasing so much negativity through my womb space. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I've never experienced it before, and maybe I'm gonna have like more downloads and more processing time after, because it's just been about 24 hours, literally, like just 24 hours since this ceremony. And so I was like, whoa, taking note of that, definitely focused on my hip womb area for this next release, because remember, there was two, so that was just the first one. So I'm sitting there, reclined butterfly, for that whole next about 45 minutes of breathing, and I'm focusing on releasing any density, doing any energetic clearing of my womb that needs to be done. And I actually started like pounding on my hip area and my thighs just to like help shake up and release any other energetic stuff that my body was holding on to. And then, I mean, obviously, like the whole entire time, you can just feel your life force energy. Like it's like a heartbeat through your body. And it feels like, I mean, if you've ever done DMT, it's very similar to that because that's what's being released, DMT, which we talked a little bit about in the ayahuasca episode. DMT is the God molecule. You go beyond the white light and you meet God, and super intense. And so, yeah, I'm feeling like the whole entire time, especially in my womb space, like this whole area was lit up. It was just like, holy moly, energetic. There was energy moving. And so we're breathing, 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 and then 45 minutes goes by. And the entire time, the facilitator is in your ear in the headphones, like encouraging you, yes, you can do hard things, you've got this, and then helping you breathe, like explaining the breath, doing the breath herself so that you guys can like stay on track with the breath, you know? So that's happening. And then we are building up to the second one. And I'm like low key kind of scared because the first time it hurt so bad. And just for context for you guys, I am in ovulation currently. So it's not like I'm menstruating or PMS, luteal, anything like that. I am I'm in my prime, okay? So I'm expecting during this second big release that I'm going to have another experience of extreme crampiness, extreme tightness in my womb area. And I let out the loudest, blood curdling, piercing scream that I can because I just wanted to release whatever was sitting inside me. I just wanted it gone, 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 gone. And honestly, during that second one, I just screamed so loud. I literally had a sore throat all last night because of it. Um, So yeah, no cramping in that second release, which is good, but I did, after the ceremony closes, they have you kind of like slowly come out, and I turned to just like a fetal position, and I was laying there for a while, and then I sat up, talked to my neighbor. I always like to kind of like check in with the people around me because, oh, I just got chills. Because as you are having your own experience, they are also having their own experience, but we are a collective consciousness. So what they experience, you experience, the next person experiences. So it is all related to the people around you. And I made a beautiful connection with that girl. And then I wanted to go up to the breathwork facilitator and give her some gratitude. So I walked up to her, and she knows me. We've been working together for quite a while. I was like, I did not expect a womb healing today. And she told me, she goes, yeah, that's like third, fourth step in a spiritual awakening is healing your womb. So, you guys, I am now on a womb healing journey. I don't know what that looks like. I absolutely have no idea, but I will be sharing all the juicy details with you guys. I'm hoping to get this creation space up and running and ready to go, all revved up and, healed and cleared and good to go, because I do plan on creating so much in my life, and I want it to be created from a beautifully grounded, peaceful, safe, sweet space, fully healed, fully beautiful, fully peaceful, all of that. So we are now on we are now embarking on a little womb healing endeavor, adventure. Can't wait. Can't wait. Don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm here for it. Always here to heal. Then last night, well, towards the end of the breathwork ceremony, I was like, gosh, I am hungry. So I went to Whole Foods and I got some steaks. I got 4 steaks. So I'm eating steak every night this week, apparently. Um, Came home and I cooked dinner, and I went to bed so early, and I had a yoga class this morning, and I had to skip it because I was so exhausted. I actually just kept sleeping. And if you guys tuned into last week's episode, one of the goals that I set while on my mushroom journey for this month was to tune into my body's natural rhythm. So this morning, when I woke up and I was still feeling really groggy and super tired, I said to myself, you know what? My body's natural rhythm wants me to have a little bit more space and time to sleep today. So I'm going to tune into that. It's Sunday after all, like nowhere to be, nothing to do. So I allowed my body to rest this morning, and it was a beautiful day. I am definitely feeling a little bit lower energy, but I went and got breakfast with a friend, and then after that, I went and got coffee with another friend, and I actually ran into another friend at that coffee shop. Such a beautiful day. We met new friends at a farmer's market. So, just all in all, feeling very open, feeling very social, feeling very grounded in my own energy, and ready to welcome new energies into my life. So that's kind of where I'm at after the breathwork ceremony. The 9D element really did add such a beautiful, just like beautiful depth to it, because like as you're breathing, you're also listening to 9 different layers of healing, which is so cool. And like in the meditation, even at the beginning, there was a guy who he was walking you through the meditation, but then also in the background, he was also saying like some subliminal messaging, which I think is part of the NLP. And then there's that bilateral music that's happening to engage both sides of your brain. Honestly, it was a beautiful experience. Again, I highly recommend, if you have any 9D facilitators in your area, definitely try them out. This type of breath work, it is quite intense, so be warned, but don't be scared. And it was so beautiful. Oh, I just got chills again. When we walked in, we were greeted by the facilitator's mother, and I was with strangers, but there was three of us, and she asked, like, has anybody been here before, done breath work before? And one of the girls was brand new, and she turned to her and she said, walking in takes such courage. Welcome, you're safe here. Like, it was just, it was so beautiful. So if you're feeling nervous or scared, walking in truly is the scariest part. And the breath work, it lasts about an hour and a half to 2 hours. You will make it through, the time will pass, and you will be so proud of yourself on the other side. So I just highly encourage you, if you have this like intuitive nudge to go do any type of breathwork ceremony, do it. You'll be so happy you did. Things will come through that you didn't even expect. Like my womb situation, I was not expecting that. It was not on my radar at all. Like, I was thoroughly shocked. Of course, there was tears that I cried and the screams that I let out. Such a beautiful release. And I remember the first time I did a in-person breathwork ceremony. It was, gosh, probably 3 or 4 years ago, and it was in a room much larger than the one I was in yesterday, probably with 200, 300 people. It was a lot of people, and no headphones, so we were really in it very much together. And the screams, like, I just remember being in that moment when we were all releasing. Oh, I get chills. I get chills. Like, it feels like the cries that were never heard when you were a child and that you were silenced for. And it just feels so good to let out those cries and be fully held and safe and supported. Like, that moment alone, that was years ago. That was like, oh my gosh, there's something here. This collective is so hurt and has so much pain that we're carrying, and we don't need to be carrying that anymore. And yesterday, I definitely recognized, like, I have some wounding in my womb, and I don't need to be carrying that anymore. So I'm really excited to journey on this womb healing with you guys. And yeah, if you are interested in working closer with me, I do offer the membership. We have so many beautiful women inside, and I'm just so excited what we are all creating individually and collectively. It's just like such wonderful energy. So that is $55 a month. We do have this month only a 7-day free trial. So if you want to get in for 7 days to kind of feel it out, see if it's the right space for you, I highly encourage you to do that. You have nothing to lose, totally free for 7 days. And if not, if the membership is not a space for you and you'd like to work a little bit closer and more intimate with me, I do have 5 spots available for one-on-one coaching. This coaching can be related to your business, as I have 6 years of entrepreneurial experience. It can be related to personal and healing and just journeying through life. And I can share with you all of my past experiences and any intuitive guidance that I get from both of our spirit teams. And if not, I do have this podcast. So this podcast is released every Wednesday. We talk about all sorts of different things. You guys can go, binge the last few episodes. We've just been up and running for a month, and it's been such a beautiful, beautiful supportive space for me to just, you know, talk about what brings me joy. And it's been helping so many people. So many people are reaching out to me that they've listened, people I don't even know. It's just such a blessing to share this space with you guys. So I'm very excited for future episodes. If you haven't already, go binge my past episodes. And I cannot wait to see you in next week's episode. Until then, I hope you have beautiful, beautiful days ahead, and I will see you then. Bye.